Hey there, my team. I wanted to share something with you. I have this lots of groups that I started for whatever reason. I didn't really use them. I took out the other members. Now you can either start absolutely from scratch, and that is all you have to do is come over here to this tab called Groups. I'm going to make another tab so I'm not closing this one. And obviously you can either, you've got groups that you've joined or groups that you own, and then you simply just go over here and create a new group. And I'm going to actually, since Nora was interested in knowing how this works, I'm going to add her to this group. But the major thing is the very first thing you want is to actually give this group a name that has the ability to grab people's attention. Now you remember when you look at, let's go to another group here. If you look at, say I have this group over here, and if you look at what's on the side here, okay, it's not showing it, but let's go into, say, like one of our other groups that we're part of, and if you look on the side here, first thing it shows is create a group right here, and then it shows suggestions of groups along here, which some of which I probably am in and some I'm not. I'm not in this one. I don't know why it says joined, but if you actually right click, you'll see that I have not actually joined this. And if you, if you could see, I have not joined this one, and I have not joined this one. And some of these are closed groups, and some of these are public groups. So if you want to create a brand new group, you have not done anything yet to it. Where's the one I created? Now I've lost it. But anyway, then if you want to create a brand new group, I have too many windows open. But anyway, you would just go ahead and come down here to this tab and click create a group, right? Okay, so now you have this open, and you're going to give it a name. Now you want it to have something that gets people's attention. If you look at that other one that I had open, and we were looking at the side over here, which one was it? Oh, it was this one. And you look at the side, there's things that get people to actually get into it. Now this is one that is only got 175. It's a special group created by Diane, and it's based on a product. So that one wouldn't be open. But on this case, this has got 2,627, and now here's something to keep in mind. What made these things show up on the side? There are specific things in these titles that made these show up on the side. One of them was work at home, and I think that would be a great thing to start with. Let's do this one with, I don't have one called work at home, but that is a very, very popular name. But we don't want to just say that because there's a bunch of them that have that same name. So we want to say something that gets people to actually click on it, to want to be joined to it. We want it to show up in those searches on the side. So if you come back here over here to this, there are other things in here, but they didn't really. They got this word, networking, which is actually a good one. And let me tell you where I'm getting this idea of having these names show up is that you want keywords in this name. This is something that is being taught in that Facebook Leads program that you purchased. So you want to make sure you have enough keyword names in here that it gets shown on that side feed search as often as possible, or if people actually do a search. So in the sense here, so we want to have network marketing, and you can have a comma and add as many things in here as you want. I want affiliate marketing. And I'm going to say online marketing. No, we're going to say internet marketing. Because you want to think about it what are some of the things that people are going to search for. Now, they make you put a person's name in here, and I'm going to put Nora in here. Nora, you can leave later if you want to, but we have to have at least one person in here. And then we do want it to be a public group, not closed, not secret. And then we're going to create it. So now we're going to, the next thing it tells you to do is to give it a picture. And what that does is, you see all these pictures down here on the side? It lets you have something that kind of identifies this particular group. And I'm going to, it doesn't matter which one you choose. You can choose anything you want. And now we have a new group. We have nothing else in here. You are in here, Nora. You don't have to stay. I'm just doing this as kind of a choice. And what this is going to actually be is going to be the one that you asked me to create or save. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to upload a photo. Now, there's lots of choices. A lot of people use quotes or something like that, but I've created a photo that actually is an offer. And you can create your own. That's fine. And the reason why is we're going to follow exactly what it says to do in that Facebook Leads course. And one of the things, here's one that Franco did earlier, and this is really good too, but it kind of refers to the Simple Freedom team. So I want one that actually refers to our real products right now we're doing. So I'm going to put that one in there. So now we have a photo. And the next thing we're going to do after that is we're going to give this a description. It needs to have an actual description here. I'm going to copy and paste what I've already done in one of my other groups because that is working for me. The major thing is that this very first ad right here is the Facebook Leads offer. So you can actually use this word for word. Now this one is one of mine that I created, and so is this one right here. So you would not use those two things. But most of you have the Simple Freedom, so that's what this one is. So if you can create your own ads, but it's just a good idea to have things that will work for you. And one of the things I also do is I usually, if I have more than one Facebook group, and some of these groups are ones I've given away already, but that's okay. I don't care. I'm going to actually build from the process of letting them come join the other groups as well, and people like that. So I'm going to put that in there. And so we need to have that in here. And so now we have an ad created. We're going to done edit, and that's going to put all of that in there, if you can see it. This is very important. This is part of what Franco teaches in his group. Okay, so what is the next thing we do? We go into the edit settings part, and we're going to go in here, and we're going to add that same ad I just created, put in the other right here in this section. Now you can have this in a notepad or Evernote or a document of some kind ready for it to go, and make sure that this link right here is your personal capture page that takes them to that Facebook Leads training that all of you already have. And then of course, like I said, some of these ads are personal and you can change them to what you want them to be. And of course, this is my blog down here. If you have a blog, you can put your blog here, or you can put your Facebook page here. So either way, you want it to be personalized to what you actually want to offer that particular group. And when I give these groups away, which I do a lot, I am going to actually, oh, I just noticed something. My title is needing to be changed slightly. So the title needs to say Internet Marketing, and it says Market. So let's go and fix that. So we're going to save that as well. So now we have two of the pieces that are necessary to make this work. The last thing that needs to happen is a pinned post. Now I just created a pinned post that I am using all day today, and it's in all of my other groups. So it is actually right here. So I'm going to actually pin this post, but I have some verbiage that's slightly different in another post. I don't want this. And that is right here. So I'm going to actually copy and paste this. And then I'm going to, I have too many tabs open. Then I'm going to share this into this new group so that it gets a pinned post that's the right kind of post. And what I'm going to do is, so as you see it, it defaults to your timeline. You can come down here to the group, and first thing you want to do is go ahead and copy and paste anything that you want in here, because it doesn't show up very well to leave just what was in the picture itself up on top, because it doesn't show when you finish the post. So I'm going to put that in there, and then I have to have a group name. And so I'm going to come over here to my new group name right here, and I'm going to copy it, and then come back here to that pinned post. I'm going to put that up. So here is that new group. It's going to get a pinned post. So the way it does that is first you're going to share it, and then we're going to come back over here to this group, and we're going to see that new post I just put in there, and we're going to pin it. You're going to click this little arrow here and pin it. And the reason why you want to do that is when you start inviting people into this group, you want it to stay at the top. Because what happens if you don't pin a post is that everything that's brand new shows up on the top. And you want your post to stay at the top all the time. So the next thing now to do is to go out and invite new people to this group, because this is a brand new group. And as you saw, if you see this, this is that ad that was in the actual description, and it shows all the groups that I have, including the ones that I've given away are in here. It may or may not have them all, but I can go back and fix that later. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go, and I have a script I created that I use all the time, and I need to create a new one for this group. So first thing I'm going to do, and you can do this too, I messaged to the ones that own a group at this point that I created the actual verbiage that you can use. And so I'm going to go and get to that special verbiage and change the verbiage into I don't know why it's taking so long to do that. So I have a Facebook method document, which you can do this yourself, and I do recommend you do it if you have more than one group. So I have two pieces of information I need to have changed. One of them is this. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to add some space so I can glue it in. And then I'm going to come and get this again, this title. And I'm going to come back in here, and I'm going to put it where this is, so that it is the title of that new group. The next thing I'm going to also do before I go any further is I have a direct invitation that I have created for my groups. So I'm going to put this on top so that I know that's the group I'm working with. And then you can put this part under it. And I gave you this verbiage. You should have it. And I'm going to put this under this. And this link is not the correct link. So I need to come back and do one more step before I'm ready to invite people. And that is to go out and get a shortened link. And URL shortener, if you do URL shortener, the very first thing that always comes up is the Google URL, and that's the one I've been using. So all you have to do is come back again to your group. This time grab the link up here and put it here. Actually, I have one more step I want to do first, and that is that you can create an actual link to, there's 2 or 3 more things you really should do. One of them is you can create oh, it doesn't let you do it yet because nobody's in here. But at some point it's going to actually have a place where you can actually create a link. Here's another thing that's very important to do, and that is work at home. See how it says interest? Click on the interest, and then network marketing. That's an interest, and it's a big one, so you can put that there. And then the third one I'm going to put in there is internet marketing. Which that has a large, so you want a large audience. So you want these tags in here right away. So, okay, so I got you sidetracked a little bit, so let's go back to the title, and then you will go ahead and create an actual shortener, and this is the link that I want to copy back over to that Facebook right here instead of this one. So now that is now the unique link to that particular group. Now when you go and you do an invitation to anyone new that you want to do it, and you want to actually sort of handpick people that you want to invite. So what I do is I have this title up here just so that I know what group I'm working with, and I copy this part right here. And what I said in here, it's similar to the one I shared with you. Very nice post with an exclamation mark. I am adding active, serious marketers to my Facebook marketing group that is exploding quickly. My goal is to have one of the largest open marketing groups on Facebook. Anyone can post any business, opportunity, or product, all about people. Power to the people. I would be grateful to add you. And then the link, which is a shortened link of that group. So obviously this group has Nora in here, for example, and myself right now. So what we need to do now is we need to go back to the groups either that you've already joined or to new groups, and make sure they're not one of our private groups like these. They have to be groups that they don't mind if you post in them about business. And how you tell is you can just look at what they show in the feed. First of all, they're a public group. Generally, they're going to be large. And then as you look, you will see that everybody is posting about their business, and most of them are not getting any response whatsoever. And unfortunately, there will also be people that are putting smutty stuff in there as well. You'll have to just browse over it. And so what do you do next is you find people that look like they, number one, I like to pick people that have gone to the trouble of putting up a picture and they have a name I can pronounce. I'm not usually real picky other than that. I'm not looking, and I like to see that they have some sort of a picture that looks like they're a real person. And then I also look a little bit at their profile to see what they're about. Are they posting now? Are they doing something on their profile, even if they don't give you all the information? And this particular guy is putting some stuff up there. And because I'm not his friend yet, I may not be able to see all of what he's posting. And another thing you can go and do is you can go and look. And he has a fan page. And he may have information or may not. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I'm not going to be that worried about that because this person not necessarily going to be a friend at this point. So the first thing I'm going to do is like, and then I'm going to copy paste that little message back to this person. Now, I'm not going to do it to everybody in here. I'm going to just be selective here. For instance, this Philip, he's just putting up text. That person's putting something that's kind of questionable. This looks like he might be from a foreign country. I might be wrong, but it looks like it. You can actually look and see. Sometimes it doesn't mean that, but this one definitely is from a foreign country. I don't know. And I don't like particularly when they use all caps. Just some things. When they talk, you know, they put up their own personal information a little bit more, and you don't see it a dozen times. That's the kind of person I'm really interested in inviting into this group. And then you're going to want to do this for the first couple of weeks, real frequently. Here's somebody that's talking about his eBay, but he's showing his actual sale. So this is a real person. He's got a real picture, a real name. I don't have to look at his profile to see that he's really working on trying to invite people to what he's got. When somebody does this kind of stuff, I don't like it. I like to see people that are, like I said, okay, here it is even showing where he lives. That's a good thing. Although this is actually one of our teammates, I believe, from the looks of it. Because I can tell that is, sometimes if they have a link that looks suspiciously, well, no, that is not.
Welcome to the Solutions Net.
I don't know what that is then. That is not one of our groups. So we could actually invite Angelo to our group. And so this is how you begin to do this. You want to do this on a regular basis. So I'm going to go back, where is it, to my own groups and show you the next step. So here is a group that I have been working on for quite a while. And as you can see, this one actually gets a lot of requests without my working real hard at it. I didn't do this message out there for quite a while. The only thing that I have done is that this link for this group is in some of my other groups. That's the only advertising that this group is getting, besides probably being out on the main feed. And because I have online network marketing and Facebook as my keywords. So I'm going to see all, and I'm going to add all, and then I'm going to look again, which this puts me over 550 people, and click on this new right here. And what that does is it brings up these individuals that I just added. So now I'm going to come over here. Now this is a different message. I'm going to come back here to this message, which is that particular group, and I'm going to add this message on that page with that group of people that I just invited in. And what's really cool about doing this is that these people almost always notice that they have been not only allowed into the group, but they're also being greeted as they come into the group. So the only thing you've got to change if you've done this ahead of time is the person's name, so that you have the right name there. So you can do this really quickly. This is not something you have to do all day long every day. I've been doing it more because I'm building groups for other people as an incentive for them to buy that very simple program, the Facebook Leads. But it's not something I'm going to do all the time, every day, forever. And so It's just, this is something that you could absolutely do, though. You could actually duplicate what I've been doing here to your own team and make it something that is attractive to these people, because why wouldn't they like the idea of having somebody actually put together a really good group? And if you're building this for someone else, you could put their own links in there instead of your links if you wanted to. One glitch we did find out is that it doesn't let you edit the group as an admin if you're not the original admin. So you could actually go in and edit it for them as an extra service, and then they would take it over. And that's something you could definitely do. And then, as you can see, these are not necessarily people that I invited, because I generally don't invite people that don't have a person's picture there. So this is somebody that just saw this group and said, I want to be part of it. And I don't recognize a lot of these people. So they're all new people that I can go and build a relationship with. So this is really cool. So when you're doing this, you're actually going to be able to say, I've added these people as friends, now friends, and maybe that you don't even want them to become friends. So I invited 11 more people to my group. And so what happens after I do that, if you look at this again, is that I have now all these messages I just put in. See, it actually shows up on the feed as a message with their face on it, which makes it kind of cool. And see, here's one of the ladies right here. Here's another one. They like it because it's different. Not everybody is doing this. Most of these great big groups, they're not getting any personal welcome like this in their groups. Here's somebody that commented right away back. So how do you think this works? This means that now I've already built a relationship with Andy here. And I can say, welcome, Andy. And this person will come up. So you go ahead and use their name. Back it up so it's just their first name. And then just say, you know, this is very personal. You can make this your own. Don't do it word for word what I do. But use the concept of what I just did here for yourself. Because believe it or not, I don't think you can have too many groups. And I don't think you can do that too many times, because almost nobody is doing what I'm doing here. I saw Amber Lee doing something similar. And this was actually created by Dustin Walker, but I've added a few of my own tweaks. For instance, this greeting, he doesn't do this, and also, you know, immediately showing them that you are a real person, because wouldn't they actually realize as soon as you come back and say welcome to them that you're a real person, right? Now they can see you are, and that makes you even more believable. So what are they going to do? They're going to come up here and they're going to look at that pinned post that you put up here. Make sure that it is not just a pitch, but value. I'm actually teaching something here. I have learned that pitching is not the answer. And I'm saying this is something that could teach you the right thing. And I'm using a picture of my ClickBank picture, but you don't have to do this, or you could use my picture because it does not have my name on it. And you could do something similar to this, but make it your own. Make it something that is of value, and make it something that they would actually say, hey, I would like to learn more about that. So that is the whole premise of what I'm teaching and what I'm doing with the groups, and I would really recommend that all of you actually take this training and do it yourself in your own way.